Yes folks, how are we today? Thank you so much for being on my channel. Please do hit the like and subscribe button if you fancy some more of this type of content. Today we are all about the Goalkeepers Union. Yes, the Goalkeepers Union. I'll tell you something, I am obsessed with goalkeeping. I used to be a goalkeeper myself, well still am a goalkeeper now actually, to be honest. Well, claim to be anyhow. I can pull off moves like this, however.
And carries it forward, little sidestep to get rid of Alan Stubbs.
Round one. Fantastic save. You know, just stop him getting this shot away, and it was a terrific little thing.
Yeah, I tell you something, we are talking about Kepa today. Kepa Arrizabalaga, as they say in Spain. He is the Spanish goalkeeper of Chelsea. He was Chelsea's #1 goalkeeper up until recently. It's evident that he's been dropped now as they've just started Edouard Mendy from Rennes. But Kepa Arrizabalaga has had an absolutely torrid time of late. Kepa is the world's most expensive goalkeeper. They bought him for over £70 million. He's only 25, so he's still very young for a goalkeeper. But a lot of people are saying he's finished. A lot of Chelsea fans think he's absolutely terrible. He's rubbish. They're saying he's absolute dog shit. It's funny because this is a guy who came in, he was trumpeted as being like, you know, well, the best in the world apparently, like the best goalkeeper in the world, they were saying. Came from Athletic Bilbao in Spain, and he'd had like a lot of plaudits thrown his way. He was very highly regarded in the Spain squad, threatening David De Gea for the #1 spot. Right now, he is just going through an absolutely horrific patch. And I'm not really one to bash goalkeepers, you know. I want this goalkeeping union little vlog section to be all about promoting and talking about the best of goalkeepers. But unfortunately, Kepa's not had the best of times, and I think we can chart it back to a couple of incidents. So if you look at Kepa's stats, they really don't lie. He has got the lowest save percentage out of all the goalkeepers in the Premier League. In terms of all the goalkeepers as well, if you look at them in terms of ranking for expected goals conceded, Kepa's top of that list as well, from some stats dating back to 2018 from Opta. So therefore, you would understand why you'd want to replace him, but at the same time, if you invested that much in a goalkeeper, you'd want to see him through to fruition and to fulfillment. You know, there was something that obviously tempted them to spend that amount of money on buying a goalkeeper for that much. You know, 70+ million for a goalkeeper is a hell of a lot. He beat Alisson's record. You know, Alisson is formidable for Liverpool. He's just incredible. But yeah, it's a shame really, because I think there's a couple of points where you can look at things that haven't really gone right for Kepa. You've got to look at the experience that he's come from and the background he's come from. Athletic Bilbao weren't very good in the Spanish league before he's moved to Chelsea a couple of years ago. Sort of lower half of the league, around 15th, 16th, I think they finished. 16th, I think they finished that season he left. You know, when you have a lot of shots as a goalkeeper, you're expected to save more of them effectively, because you just, the more shots you have on you, generally that's the more you save. He's going to look good against better opposition, so you make more saves, and you know, your stats go up and your percentages go up, and therefore you kind of can make yourself look better, and you know, in the stats and the Opta index. I think for Kepa though at Chelsea, they don't really let many shots go on target. I think it's around 3 per game. They're all high quality shots effectively. So you have to be clinical as a goalkeeper. You have to save. You can't switch off basically. You have to save everything effectively, more or less everything, if you want to keep a clean sheet. So yeah, they don't really let the opposition pepper the goal. So you've got to be on point, on form, and the Premier League is so fast and so quick that you cannot switch off, and I think Kepa is guilty of switching off from time to time. You look at some of the goals he's conceded recently, you look at the Trossard goal against Brighton, you know, he dived relatively early on that and it still beat him. So his eye wasn't quite on the ball. I think he must have had some lapse in concentration in the flight of the ball. The way he springs, the way he jumps, like for long range shots, it's good because he throws his arm back to the front of his body to get momentum to jump up and save the shot. But if you're doing that from closer range, from closer in, inside the penalty area, it's going to take you more time to do that. Therefore, the strength of the shot, the hard shots that you have in the Premier League, you're just not going to be fast enough to get down to them or get to them. Yeah, that's another element that a lot of people have said that he hasn't really learnt in the Premier League's game. Also, I do think he got very cocky last season, or the season before that, when he refused to come off in the League Cup final, when Mauricio Sarri wanted to put Caballero on a penalty specialist. Kepa is good at penalties, I believe, but Caballero is a specialist at penalties, and he wouldn't come off, refused to come off, undermine Sarri. I was just like, you cannot do that to your manager if you're, you know, in a cup final. That's ridiculous. That, for me, I think sort of marked his card in a sense. And also another thing as well with Kepa that he's quite slender, and he's athletic. Obviously, it's a new breed of goalkeeper. They're a bit more lean rather than big butch and stocky types like Peter Schmeichel was. I don't think Kepa's really been physically ingrained into the system yet. You need to have some sort of flipping induction, proper induction to what you're going to expect from the league, and that toughness. I think Hugo Lloris has had to go through that. David De Gea went through it, and he was really sort of in a similar vein actually to Kepa before he got his comeuppance through Andy Carroll giving him that elbow. Do you remember that? Jesus. And it really knocked him for 6. And from then on, he became incredible. He's had a bit of a wobble recently, but you need some sort of stuffing knocked out of you in order to justify yourself as a Prem goalkeeper. I don't think Kepa has had that. So it'll be interesting to know what you think. Do you think Kepa's got any life left in him in the Premier League? Can Chelsea somehow give him a career? I don't know if that's possible now they've signed Mendy for a lot of money. I'll do a separate video on Mendy. I think he's potentially going to be incredible. But yeah, I do wonder whether Kepa can salvage his career, because he's kind of tainted goods really. When you get to a level in the Prem, or you get to a certain top level of the game, and people just don't trust you, especially as a goalkeeper. I mean, it's tough. Look at Loris Karius at Liverpool. Gone into the wilderness now after that cup final, the Champions League cup final, and it was an absolute mare on his front. But Kepa now, I think, has got a big job to try and rehabilitate himself. Can he do it? Do you think Kepa can salvage any form of career either at Chelsea or another team in the Premier League, or does he have to go elsewhere and start all over again? And yeah, let me know what you think. Goalkeepers are the best positions on the field, don't you agree? Thank you so much for being here. Please do like, subscribe, comment, do all the regular stuff that you want to do. It'll be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you again next time for another football related, positive news related, or general lifestyle vlog. Thanks so much. I will see you soon.